Okay, let's start with the next topic, identifying the risk arising from the usage of IT. So we are going to use the IT, right? So what is a risk? Okay, how will you identify the IT risk? Okay, that is the first question they are going to ask. So identifying the risk arising from the use of IT, first of all, the auditor needs to consider the nature of the identified IT application. What is the IT application they are using? What is the nature? Okay, that is one point you remember. And one more point is that more risk. Okay, you will have more risk when there are two things. One, when there is a volume or complex of automated application is higher. Okay, there is more volume, more complex, then risk will be more. And the management is placing more reliance on the controls. So these are the two items you will remember. In that case, there will be more risk. Okay, so you have to consider the nature of the identified IT application. This is how you will identify the IT risk. Okay, now risk arising from the use of IT. Same points you will study in the control considerations. Okay, there is one point of control consideration of IT environment. Some topic is there. Same points you will study. So whatever the similar points I will give here. Okay, for both the questions, same answers. The word will be different, like here you will write IT environment, etc. There you will write data systems. Okay, unauthorized access, unauthorized changes to the system, unauthorized changes to the data, like that you will write in that question. Here you will write unauthorized changes to the IT applications and other aspects of IT application. Unauthorized changes, unauthorized access to the data. Okay, you will get the unauthorized access to the data. Third one, your having unauthorized changes, but you have failed to make the necessary changes, necessary updates. Okay, you have failed to make that. Who is doing these things? It is done by a man. Inappropriate manual intervention. Because of this man, we have a loss of data or data corruption. This is also a risk of IT. Okay, just remember these 5 points for your exams. And see, there is a one MCQ point. I just scaling is nothing but adding some extra resources. Adding some extra resources to the existing node is called as a scaling. So that is how you will handle the performance issues. Okay. Now, how to identify the IT dependencies impacting the audit. Okay, why it is important to identify IT dependency? See, there is IT dependency. Why should I know IT dependency? Okay, IT dependencies, okay, we have to document it. We have to identify and document the IT dependency. Why? Because it helps you how much reliance we are placing on the IT. Okay, how the IT system is integrated. Okay, how the IT is integrated into the business model. So you remember what is the reliance and what is the business model. Okay, and what is the risk arising from it. Okay, what to understand the risk arising from it, and also okay, to identify the related IT general controls. Okay, what general control. So business model, how it is integrated into the business model. What are the IT general controls? What is the reliance we have placed? What is the risk, okay, of using this IT dependencies, etc. So this is how we will understand these things. So by identifying and documenting these things, we can follow what? We can develop a effective and efficient audit approach. We can go for efficient and effective audit approach. There can be a question why it is important to identify IT dependencies. Okay, I saw this question somewhere. I don't know where, but some RTP MTP somewhere I saw this question. Why it is important to identify IT dependencies? Okay, and how IT dependencies arise? How it is going to arise? So for that I have given a clue technique. Okay, how IT dependency arise. So because of IT, okay, in IT we always relates to recession. Okay, recession. So the same word you remember, recession, I tweaked like this. Okay, which is Rasi Sun. Okay, Rasi Sun, like recession, Rasi Sun. Okay, R stands for report. There are five types of IT dependency. We are going to depend on something. Okay, we are going to depend on something. So what are those dependencies? Reports, mostly we are using the system generated reports. These reports are generated by IT systems. Okay, system generated reports, these are given by the IT system. Just remember that, and you can go for some example, vendor master data, aging report, everything is given by the IT system. We are reviewing on it, okay? We are just relying on it, okay? Next, A stands for automated controls. So automated controls, these are designed into the IT environment to enforce business rules like format check if there is a formatting error, if there is a reasonableness checks, okay, existence checks whether two invoices or exist or not. We will check those things, okay. Those are automated controls or designed to the IT environment to enforce business rules, okay, to enforce the business rules. This is the keyword. Next, RAS stands for security. Security you can understand by segregation of duties. So including segregation of duties, it is enabled by the IT environment, okay, to restrict the access to the informations. So like biometric, you can see anything, right? So biometric, security, all kinds of security, segregation of duties, these are enabled by the IT systems, IT environment. So again, this is one more dependency. So R stands for reports, A stands for automated controls, RAS stands for security. Now I stands for interface. Interface is nothing but a programmed logic. This is the keyword, programmed logic that transfer data from one IT system to another IT system. Like interface is a programmed logic. You are going to transfer the data from payroll subledger to the general ledger, payroll to general. So this is a there is going to be an interface, okay, if you're going to transfer the data. So interface is nothing but a programmed logic, okay. Next is a calculation. Calculations are the accounting procedures that are performed by an IT system instead of a person. So instead of a person, those are the accounting procedures going to be performed by IT system. Just remember this point. Like for example, you can remember straight line, depreciation formula, etc. You can remember this easily. So that's how we have completed what are the 5 dependencies of IT. Again, I'm saying RASISON. R stands for reports. Reports is nothing but your system generated report. A stands for automated controls. Automated controls or those designed into the IT environment to enforce the business rules, okay. S stands for security. Security is the segregation of duties, okay, segregation of duties that restrict the access to information, right. I stands for interface. Interface is a programmed logic to transfer data from one source to another, okay. And then SON stands for calculation, okay, shun. Now, calculation is a accounting procedures that are performed by the IT system instead of a person. Okay, that's how we have completed the dependency, 5 dependency. Now, understanding and responding to the risk arising from the dependencies, IT dependencies. See, you have to understand those dependencies if it is going to affect your entity's flow of transaction and processing of financial information. So if you are identifying those dependencies that is going to affect your flow of transaction and financial information, then just understand how the management is responding to it, okay. Right. So these are the illustration of some illustrations of the IT general controls. So you should have the IT general controls. If you do not have the IT general controls, see here, IT dependencies cannot be relied. If there is no ITGC, if you cannot rely on the IT general controls, then you cannot rely on the IT dependencies, right? Okay. So here you also remember some 5 points. What is that? Access security. What are the IT general control? They can ask a question, okay? Access security, program change, and data center and network operations. Here, access security. You remember? Access requests to the applications are properly reviewed and authorized. So access security, first of all, authorization, and then see whether there is a restriction. Okay, access to the operating system and database is restricted. And third thing, if it is a terminated user, whether the access is removed. Okay, if he is already been terminated, why you should give the access? Check whether the access has been removed or not. And then security policies and procedures are maintained. Remember some 4 points or 5 points. Then program change. Okay, program change. This is to ensure modified systems continue to meet the financial reporting objective. So you have made some changes, whether it is doing the financial reporting objective, it is meeting the financial reporting objective. First, emergency changes are approved. Okay, approval, again approval, whether the changes are tracked or not. Okay, segregation of duties is maintained or not, change management policies is maintained or not. And then you choose some more small points. Okay, 4 points, you just remember you have this as an extra point. Okay, changes to the configurations are adequately tested and approved. Okay, next, data center and network operation. Here, restoration testing is performed. Okay, first of all, testing, policies and procedures for the data backup and recovery is maintained. So here it is a data center, right, to ensure that the production systems are appropriately backed up. Okay, whether the production systems are backup, so you have to write everything about the backup in this point, right? Recovery is maintained or not. Okay, whether it is monitored or not, data is appropriately backup and recoverable. Okay, monitoring the compliance of the service level agreements, etc. So this is how you will study the all the topics of uh, okay, this is how you will study the identifying the risk arising from the usage of IT. Then I have given you a in-depth explanation of this area. Since I feel this is important, I have given you the in-depth explanation. Okay, if you want to watch in a little, if you want to watch it quickly, watch it in the speed, adjust the speed and watch accordingly.